Hi, welcome my fellow warriors. So in this video we're going to be looking at how to find purpose. This is something that that kind of eludes us sometimes. Like, what is my purpose? Why am I here? And quite often we get bitten by this entrepreneurship bug. We have a spiritual awakening and we're like, I'm gonna go out on my own and find my own way, and I'm gonna find my purpose and my passion, and I'm gonna live it. And quite often, it kind of eludes us, the purpose. We think it's one thing and then it changes to another, and then we're not quite sure, or we think this is our purpose, this is our passion, and things don't quite go the way we want them to go, and we get frustrated and we feel like giving up and screaming and shouting like, nobody told me this was going to be so hard. And what we're going to look at in this video is the fact that it isn't hard once you find your purpose. And if you align your life to your true purpose, you will inevitably be successful. There will be nothing that can get in your way. But the key is finding the purpose. And we're going to look in this video at the new energies that are entering the world right now. Okay? We're going to look at what are those new energies? Why are they entering? And how does it apply to your business and your purpose and your passion? Okay. So this is a warning. This video is going to get quite esoteric, all right? And it's going to get a little bit crazy. I might be talking about things that that might seem a little bit out there. But if you can stomach that, if you're up for it, you might enjoy it a little bit. I'm going to present to you a different way of thinking about yourself that will allow you to find your true purpose. Okay, and in essence, it's one of those things. I don't know whether it's that you find your purpose or it's that your purpose finds you. It's kind of, I don't know whether to say it was me that found my purpose or it was my purpose that found me. I'm not sure either way, but it doesn't matter. It found me or I found it. Maybe I was looking for it and it found me. It is said that as you take one step towards God, He takes 9 steps towards you. So it's like, you put that little bit of effort in to find your purpose, ask the questions, and you may well find that your purpose finds you rather than you finding your purpose. So it starts with 3 questions. Who am I? What am I? Why am I? Okay. And we're going to look at these 3 questions. I'm only bringing them up now just to give you an idea of what it is we're looking at. But as in a couple of slides time, we're going to dive deep into those 3 questions. And yeah, it's going to get quite esoteric. But in the answer to those 3 questions is where you will find your purpose, or where your purpose will find you. Okay. So let's keep going. The further you go back in time, the more purpose you find. Okay. And what we're going to do today in this video is we're going to go back really far back in time. Like, I'm talking to the beginning of everything. So quite often when you're looking for purpose, the first thing to do is kind of look back over your own life and look at the things that have happened in your life and find purpose from the things that have happened to you. Now, your purpose will be found there. But if you can go back further than that, you will find the true purpose, the true calling, the true reason that you're here. And it puts a whole new perspective on everything that's happened to you in your life to find your purpose in it. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the source. We're going to go back to the beginning of everything. And this is where it's going to get a little bit esoteric. Okay. I hope you're ready for it. Okay. So I want you to look at this slide, and on the universe. I mean, I've put a picture of the universe kind of coming into existence. That's to represent source, or God, or whatever it is that you want, whatever name you want to give to the source of all life, the beginning of everything, that which gave rise to all that we see around us. Now, my understanding of what that being is if you've ever read the Kybalion, it talks about how the Kybalion calls God, the source, the all, everything that is. And it is an entity, a being that is complete in and of itself. There is nothing outside of it, because there can be nothing outside of it. It is the all. If there were something outside of it, if there were something other than it, it wouldn't be the all. I hope that makes sense. So this is a complete entity that needs nothing. It is totally self-contained. It has need of nothing. It is in and of itself. It is life and existence and mind. It's like the Kybalion describes it as living mind. And it is one thing, one whole complete thing. Now, you have to ask yourself, why, if this all, this being, this source, this one, this everything, is a complete thing in and of itself, why would it bother creating the things that we see around us? But the thing that drew my attention is that if there is the only way you can know what something is to observe it. So, like, for instance, this phone. I mean, I know it's a phone because I can look at it and I can see its form. I can hold it in my hand. I can hear it when it rings. I know it's a phone because I am external to the phone, and therefore I can observe it. But how does this all, this one, how does it observe itself to know what it is? So we go back to those three primary questions. Who am I? What am I? Why am I? How does this living mind, this all that is, this everything, this encompassing all, how does it know what it is? How does it discover itself if it cannot observe itself from outside? Because there is nothing outside of it. And the wonderful thing is, and this is what, I mean, this makes me so passionate to talk about this, is that the most wonderful thing about what Source did is that it found a way of observing itself from inside of itself. It created things inside it that were capable of observing it inside of itself to answer those questions. Who am I? What am I? Why am I? And if you can believe this, if this, what we're going to talk about now, if you can envision this and begin to kind of look at life through the lens that I'm going to present to you right now, it will put a whole new spin on your purpose, on the reason that you're here. So humanity, human beings, are the only animal on this planet that is not only self-aware, but is capable of questioning where it came from, why it's here. We're the only animal, as far as we know, that questions its own existence, which is why we are the only animal that appears to worship a god. We are the only animal that appears to look for a reason. We're the only animal that wants to answer those three questions: who, what, why. We're the only one that questions our own existence. And there's a reason for that. And that is that we were created by the source of life, by the all, as little pieces of itself to be able to observe itself from inside of itself. So you'll see here that from this all, this being, that there's a two-way arrow going from the all to the heart of the person. And I've used the heart as just as a symbolic thing. But you are a creation of the all, with the all contained inside of you, and you're able to observe everything that is. Now, one of the things about the all is that it is everything. There is nothing that is not the all. There is nothing that is not God. So everything that you are observing, whether it be another person, whether it be an animal, whether it be a computer, whether it be a phone, whether it be a desk, whether it be a chair, whether it be a house, it's all made from the all, because there is nothing other than the all. So our purpose as human beings is to learn who we are as beings and who we are as a collective. And the reason this arrow has two heads to it is that as you are experiencing life, the life that you're living, the experience that you're having, is not just for you. You're also sharing that information with the all. What you're experiencing, God is experiencing, to say it in a term that we understand a little bit better. Your experience is God's experience. And everything that you feel, God feels. And everything that you judge, God judges. Does that make sense? And each one of us is here having our own experience. We're here experiencing life in the way that we experience it. So why does this work in the all's favor to discover who it is? It's because as human beings, we can communicate with each other in a way that other animals can't. We have a thinking mind that is capable of rationalizing and logical thought and communication. So as you meet another person in this world, you can say, how is your experience? What are you experiencing? What are you feeling? What is the universe? What is your worldview from your point of view? Because each of us have our own little perspective. We are, in essence, the center of our own universe. Again, I'm going to get super esoteric, but your little point of vision here, the universe is, you are the center of your own universe, just as everybody else is the center of their own universe. So the perspective you have is unique to you. But the ability we have as humans is to communicate that experience with each other. So you're here to answer those questions on behalf of God. Who am I? What am I? Why am I? And as you begin to understand that that is your purpose here on this planet, you can then look at your life and life as we live it and begin to question it. Like, who do you believe that you are? Who do you believe that you are? Most of us are just playing out a character that we have learned to play. We were born as a blank slate, as a baby, with no idea of anything. And everything that we've learned, we've been taught by somebody. So the person that you believe that you are is nothing more than an accumulation of lived experience. Like, I was born in the UK. Imagine that at birth I was taken to India and brought up in India. I would be a completely different person. My character would be different. But the being looking out from behind my eyes would still be the same being. It would still be God looking out upon itself and observing itself and answering those same questions. But my life experience would change my character, but wouldn't change my being. So if we look at the world around us right now, we for a long time have been living in an energy of fear, of control, and of scarcity. And that is the experience. So as we have that experience, that's the experience that God has. So God is looking out on himself and going, shit, this that I have created is awful, it's horrible. Because the feelings that you feel, God is also feeling. So imagine all the fear and all the scarcity that's in the world right now is that which we and God are experiencing. And because we're all connected to the same source, intrinsically what you feel gets transmitted to everybody else as well, because we're all connected to the same source of being. Now, what's happening right now in the world is that people are beginning to wake up and question the fear and the scarcity. And they're beginning to see a different way of being, a way where we could live in harmony, a way where we could live in peace. Now, for every person that wakes up to that, for every person that looks out into the world and says, well, this could be different. We could love each other. There's no need for fear. There's no need for scarcity. We can love each other. We can live in unity. We can help each other. We can cooperate with each other instead of compete with each other. That gets fed back to God also. And as it gets fed back to God, it gets fed out to every other person as well. So for every one person that wakes up and begins to look at the world in a different way, it also creates a feedback loop into everybody else. I hope that makes sense. So when it comes to how you look at the future, and it goes back to other videos where I talk about your vision for the future. What do you want to see? What do you want to be? What kind of world do you want to live in? If you want to live in a world that is freer, that is full of love, that is full of humanity, that is in unity, that shares, that cooperates, that works together, however difficult that may seem right now, because you don't have to do it all yourself, just live it yourself. And the message will get amplified, okay? Your being will change the world. So what do you want to see? Do you want to see freedom or do you want to see control? And this is where the splitting of the timelines is coming. Because you only have to look out into the world right now and see that there are people who are living in fear and are allowing themselves to be controlled. And that there are people that are waking up to their freedom. Now, the battle that's going on is not a war with swords and bombs and guns. It's a spiritual war to see which energy is going to win, the energy of freedom or the energy of control. So the old energies that are still kind of there and they're falling away are the energies of control, the energy of fear, the energy of scarcity. And the new energies that are coming in are the energies of freedom, of liberty, of unity, of cooperation, of love. All right. And so what does this have to do with business? Right. So the energies that are coming in right now are, in essence, you have to ask yourself, if you were God, if you was the source of all things, and you're wanting to know more about yourself and discover more about who you are, do you require more control? Or do you require more freedom? Would you like more control? Or would you like more freedom? You see, from my perspective, if I were the all, if I were God, that sounds wonderful, doesn't it? If I were the all and I was wanting to explore who I am, I was wanting to answer these three questions. Who am I? What am I? Why am I? Having more control is not going to help me find out more about myself. You see, the universe is in constant evolution. It's a constant unfolding, a constant questioning, a constant unraveling of mystery, of what could be, what is possible. So if I were the all, I would be resisting the control and I would be trying to get people to wake up, because in essence, at the end of the day, we are the ones that are in charge of the unfolding. Humanity are the ones that are in charge of what's happening. We're the ones that make the decisions in the universe about what happens, or at least on this planet. We're the ones that make the decisions about where it goes. But if I were God and I was pushing new energy in, I would be pushing freedom in. And that is in essence what's happening right now. This new energy of freedom is being amplified. So for every one person that wakes up and begins to say, I want to see a free future, I want to continue experimenting. I want to continue to be free. That energy is amplified so much more than the old energy. So if you apply this energy to your business will be more successful. You tap into the new energies, your business will explode. So how do you tap into that new energy? How do you tap into it? It's simple. If the purpose and your purpose of your business is to bring more freedom and liberation to more human beings, it will be supported. If it brings truth and light and freedom, and it brings a future that allows us to keep exploring all possibility and liberates people from their mental chains, their physical prisons, their shit lives, it will be supported. It will expand, it will grow, because that is the energy that's coming in. Life supports that which supports life. If your business will free people, will bring them back to life, will wake them up, will make them rise from the dead that they're living, if you align with Source and the new energies that are coming in, the freedom, the desire to explore and expand, you can't fail. So, what is your purpose? Do you want to see a unity in humanity, more freedom, more liberation, more love, more desire, passion, joy? Or do you want to see more fear, control, scarcity? And align your business with the future that you want to see. I'm not here to judge. You're free to choose which timeline you wish to go down. The only thing I would suggest is that if you are truly aligned with the desire of Source, you will have much more success. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.